Cash Out motherfucking Fridays, baby. It's Cash Out Fridays. We're going to go over this list we have from Monday. Like we said on Monday in our post, it was a long list. We got AEO, AKS, PII, FINL, JCP, JWN, KERX, PSTG, SEAS, SYRG, TPX. Okay, we're going to start at the top of the list with AEO. All right, AEO, we dropped the bomb on Monday and we said, hey, look, you know, this is a part of our list. Let's take a look here. All right, from this particular stance, AEO on Monday, it closed at 18.8. If you would have got in and said, okay, I'm going to ride this short squeeze out because Reese Trades knows what he's posting and he sees it before we all see it. 18.8. Bam, with 100% retracement down to 0, 17.59. You got to still a kickback over the 50% area, 18.34. Now we're going back down to 17.83. This thing stayed in the range for at least a week. All right, if you wanted to cash out and get out at 17.56, you could have did it on Friday or you could have did it on Tuesday. All right, Cash Out Friday. Next one on the list, AKS. AKS, we have talked about this thing and talked about this thing and talked about this thing. All right. AKS is no stranger to our list. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. Let's take a look at the 4 hour chart and the 1 hour chart again. Last time we looked at this, we told you AKS was going to get to a point where it respects the top of the channel. It didn't get all the way there, at least on the daily chart. But let's look at the 4 hour chart. It surpassed it at a full retracement from 0% to 423%. So let's say you got brave and you took a listen to what Reese had to say. You have 489, bam, cashed out at 849. That looks like at least $4 and some change. You doubled your money if you wanted to, but you didn't cash out. So let's go back. This is from earlier in the week, going back from 10/31, the early part of the year, of the month, October. Let's go back for the last couple of weeks. We posted this thing out on Monday. All right, so we said, okay, on Monday, we know that pre-market, we were sitting at 773. It closed in the aftermarket at 849. Now, you could have still rode that on a short trend downward as a short squeeze and made some money at 782 and kind of dead cat bounced it if you played the options. It made your money on what? Intrinsic value, because options expiring on Friday if you got weeklies. Polar Industries is up next. I'm sorry, that's PII. Polar Industries. This is another one out of the list of many we had talked about before in our previous listings. We already mapped out what the retracement was going to be, where the final point of resistance and support was going to be earlier in the week at $77. Guess what, baby? 77, 78. If you would have rode this short squeeze out going back 3 weeks ago, or actually a week and a half ago, maybe 2, you'd have rode that out at 784 all the way back to 92.5. 92.5, baby. That's some money. That's money. And then rode that short squeeze all the way back down to $83 and some change. Does it still have far to go? I think so, because we've already hit the top of the top of this retracement mark here. We're on looking at a 30-minute chart. Let's take a look at the hour. Okay, the hour is still at 261%. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. At the 4 hour chart, we haven't even touched the 423% because we're not going there. Look at this area of resistance and support here. Support becomes resistance. Resistance becomes support. These are fundamentals of the bounce. We talked about this in our earlier videos. Don't worry, I'm going to do some more stuff on there for you. Take a look at that. These areas right here. These are strong areas of support in the previous months. Okay, why would you not expect it to hit that and make it resistance on its way back down? All right, on to the next one. I got a long list today, so we're going to go with our major players. Let's go with JCP, JC Penney's. This stock has been holding on for a long time to dear life for everything. All right, full 100% retracement off the midday highs on Monday at $9.85. This was not in our previous listens. What we might have, we just never talked about it. On the previous Friday, we had a respect a respect point at 775, which is the low. You could have been brave enough to got that in the pre-market on Friday and rode it out up until Monday, earlier this week when we made this call. And from there, guess what? A retracement back down. You take 80 cents off of that on Friday. All right. This is Facebook. They still hit me up. Let's see what we got. All right. We're going to go to the next one. JWN. This is a long list. Again, I'm not going to go through all of these tonight. But we did talk about these on our list on Monday. So let's see what we got here. All right. Let's go over our 4-hour chart. You can see here that at $63.66, $63.66, the high at $62.82 for Nordstrom's. That's right, it's retail season, baby. You see what's on the list. What we had Steinmart earlier in the week. We got JCPenney this week, or we had now we got Nordstrom's this week, which is a part of the Macy's group. So you can take advantage of that if you choose to. All right, with a low at $57.23. That's our full 100% retracement, actually from almost 200% back down to the early part of the other week here. Let's see what we got here. Our trend line shows, hey, guess what? At close of market on Monday, we closed out at $59.47. Right here, you see it. You see it in this area. 59.40, 59.61, 59.49, all the way back down to close today or open today at $57.21. Now, this is one of those things that you could definitely pay attention to if you're looking for short squeezes out there in the market. Take advantage of those things. Let's move on. KERX. KERX Pharmaceutical, biopharmaceutical. They are making drugs to make things happen. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, early in the week, we never talked about this stock because guess what? We just didn't talk about it. And let's see, 1 hour. We got the 1 hour chart here. This is a little sketchy here. It's going to be hard to read. But our Fibonacci retracements will show you that at the close of market on Monday, even after pre-market action, we had a pop up to 665 at the close of the next day. That's still at least 35 cents. So if you take 35 cents, you multiply by 1,000, what is that? That's $350. So you'd have to leverage X amount of dollars for the trade, the cost of the trade. But those are things that we can talk about at a later time. All right, 665 down to 636 at a support area of 630. Actually, with respect, hitting the 623 on the upward channel, which you can see. This channel is actually heading upward. That's the standard deviation channel in the upward direction. We also know that, hey, usually when that happens, there's some respect that's going on. We could bounce here off of this particular point here and actually head back up or actually do a retracement from below the 0% up to at least, what's that, 65, 70%. Stay tuned with KERX. Keep it on your list. It's something you can watch for at a later date. PSTG, Pure Storage. With more people taking things out to the trash and trying to find a place to put stuff, this is where you would go. I'm assuming that's not a plug for storage, Pure Storage, but if in fact you want to pay me commissions for this advertisement, please get in touch with my agent. I'm kidding, I do not have an agent. 1514 at the top of the channel on the close on Monday. Actually, that's Tuesday afternoon. So Monday afternoon, we closed here in the 14 area. And we had a high at 1514 with a full retracement back down to 14 and some change, which is a full 100% retracement on this particular stock. Again, the way that I trade, I go pop, and then I go for the drop. Short squeeze me, baby. Short squeeze me. All right, SEAS. All right, we are still recording. SeaWorld. Woo! Anybody ever see Blackfish? I don't know. I don't really have much to say for this. Personally, I hope it tanks. Set the fishes free. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Synergy Resources. Synergy Resources, we don't have any fundamental information on them, but we do know at the close on Monday, they were in the 811 space. On Tuesday morning, they had a high of 864 and have since retraced down to the 819 area, actually close to respecting the 810 area on the standard deviation. You can keep it on your watch channel if you like, or you can short it if you got it. TPX, that's our next one. Tempur-Sealy. Tempur-Sealy, which is your manufacturer of your Tempur-Pedic. Those that like to sleep well during the holidays. Maybe you got a lot of friends, family coming over. You want to get some blow-up mattresses, make things happen for you. Okay, we had on the close of Monday, we had a high of, actually not a high of the day, but a high of $63.43. Actually not much movement there in the pre-market. We had a short with a close down to $62.18. Further along in the week, we had a short at the close of down to $61.53. That gives you a full total of $3 movement coming off of the high on Monday morning, or actually Monday afternoon's close. So again, we're looking for pop and drop, which is a part of our strategy. Short squeezes, you not necessarily have to play the long side at each interval. You can play the short side as well. Last two on our list is WSM, which is Williams-Sonoma. That's our cooking. It's the holiday time. You got to get those turkeys in the oven. You got to get those ducks in the oven. You got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, turkeys, chickens, and so on and so forth. At the close on Monday, we have $53.83, or it's $53 and actually, what's that? $53 and some change, 12 cents, with a short down to, if you wanted to actually do that, short down with a close as low as midday on Tuesday, 50.79. That would be an opportunity to buy back any potential that you notice. But if you want to go further out, that's on the 1 hour chart, and say, okay, hey, we want to see what the status of support and resistance for the rest of the week or of these previous months. If you see here, you'll see areas of support throughout previous months. Areas here, 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 and you have a lot of consolidation in these areas. So right now, Williams-Sonoma, we are looking at possibly an area going into consolidation or complete retracement back up to the 52.94 area. That's something that we'll have to stay tuned with after the quarterly numbers are done after the holidays. All right, ANF. And ANF is Abercrombie & Finch. That's your naked guys on the model thing there with the little abs and stuff. The ladies love the ads. I don't know. I heard some guys love the ads, but that's not my thing. Anyway, at the close on Monday, we had a high of $17.35. You could have shorted here easily, and caught the full retracement all the way back down to $14.30, which would have been a full 100% retracement. As you can see here, we had a complete short down. There was a breakdown through support initially down to 79 with 78%, $16.69, and then a continued gap. That's through pre-market with a close here at $16.52, which then actually closed further, or opening, I'm sorry, $16.52, with a close here down at the 15 area, which has still been a significant amount of profit. You could actually at this point purchase and repurchase. As you see, it came close to respecting this area on the standard deviation channel, which is still headed in an upward trend, and got back out at $17.00. But look at this pre-market action. I don't know what happened in the aftermarket here, but that aftermarket action actually took place all the way over into the next day in that $69 range. Let's go back out further to see what the actual support areas did look like for that pre-market. If we can, let's take a zoom in and go from there. All right. So as you can see, there's still a lot of flat, a lot of consolidation in this area here. A lot of consolidation. You see that gap that's formed here, which means that you have an opportunity for a gap to come back and fill at a later date. But it may not be right now. It may not be until much later. But still, you see these are still areas of support for you. In the previous months, this is a strong area here for you on a weekly chart. Let's look at it on a daily. On a daily chart, it's still the same thing. A lot of consolidation over a period of time. Still breaking down through those channels. This is still a key area of support here. As you can see from some resistance that took place here, there's a gap that was formed. And that gap still has yet to fill. It has not filled at the $19 space. In actuality, it's broken down even further from 1669 space, which is what has happened here. So, to conclude, we are going to go back to this 1 hour chart so you can take a look at it for yourself. In the pre-market, or after-market actually, which is pre and post, depending on which side of the day, you actually run into an area of expiration, 1119, 1118. There's an option expiration area here. We are in the weekend, possibly, and actually closed below or just below some key support and resistance areas for this particular stock in 1462 space. All right, that is all I have for you this afternoon. If you have any questions, please send me a DM on Reestrades2. That's REESE Trades #2 on Instagram. I am available on Facebook at Adrian Reese, and I'm on Twitter at the same name, Reestrades2. You guys have a great weekend. Happy holidays. Get fat and cooking some of that Williams Sonoma. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you next week. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, our YouTube channel, and Instagram. Thank you.